former Spartan quarterback Jim Miller.
Thanks, Dave. And yeah, now we are joined by head coach Mark D'Antonio, a victorious Mark D'Antonio and his program here in the Big House, 35-21 over the University of Michigan. Coach, it's got to feel pretty good to win in the Big House.
Yeah, it feels good. I'm really happy for our football team and our players and all the Spartan fans out there throughout Michigan and throughout this country.
Well, when you look at your team's effort today, I think it was a total effort. Sure, you had some gaps in special teams, but offensively, defensively, you stuck it to them. To me, there was no doubt in this ball game.
Well, you know, we came into the game saying we'd have to play one play at a time, and regardless of what happened, just forget about it, move to the next play. And that's how we coached. That's how we responded as a football team. And I think we had some guys step in and have outstanding games. You know, Marcus Hyde, Otis Wiley was hurt all week and didn't practice. Could have played in the game, but just felt like we needed to see what Marcus could do. Played outstanding. And, you know, Blair White has an outstanding game. I thought Hoyer played very well. Ringer, superlative game, excellent game. So we got a lot of guys playing.
Well, I want to touch on those key players because really the guy who got the party started was Blair White. 61-yard touchdown, just a little slant pass. Was that the shot of adrenaline it seemed that your team needed to just keep that emotional game going throughout the whole game?
Yeah, you know, they had that was a third down play before that he comes up with a big first down catch. And then I'm not sure if that was a third down play or not, but yeah, it was. You know, they were playing very well against the run, and they had a lot of people up there. And Blair made outstanding catches and big plays throughout the entire game. I thought the big play going down to the 4-yard line over there was huge as well, and down here down the sideline as well, getting us back down the red zone again. So just a great game by him, and so happy for him and Brian and everybody else.
Well, I think I'm pretty happy for Brian Hoyer as well. You said it on your radio show on Thursday that Brian Hoyer was probably going to play his best game today. 17-29, didn't turn over the football, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day for Brian Hoyer. Couldn't be happier for the senior.
Yeah, he played outstanding. I just really felt like he would come back and have an outstanding game, you know, after last week. You know, this was his time. And, you know, we talked about it a lot, you know, coming down here playing a Michigan game, you know, which, you know, we point to that game, you know that, and that this would be his time, and he would sort of put himself out there a little bit, and he would respond, and I think he did. He did an outstanding job, not just in throwing the football, but just his presence and just coming back time after time. You know, it's not a perfect game out there. You know, they've got players, they pressured, they knocked him down numerous times. He kept getting back up, as did our other players.
Well, another player who got back up, I was a little nervous on Thursday. Javon got a little dinged in practice, comes out. This guy's tough as nails, Coach. 37 carries, 194 yards. Michigan knew he was getting the ball, and they couldn't stop it, especially on a 4th and 1.
Yeah, you know, well, you saw that happen on Thursday. I gave you the look. But I really didn't think he'd be able to play, and I can tell you this, Jim. You know, I've coached for a long time, and I saw what I thought was a pretty severe injury, and I know a lot of people were praying for him. A lot of coaches' wives, a lot of players, a lot of family members, and he came walking in the next day, and I don't understand it, but you know, carried the ball 37 times for 198 yards.
Well, no question, he's got a high tolerance for pain. I want to talk about, I look at the offense, just under 500 yards total offensively. Here you shut them down, 252 yards. What was the keys to the game? Because it looked like they kind of found their identity last week against Penn State, getting Brandon Minor the ball. He had 117 yards. Today, shut him down, only 55 yards rushing.
Well, he played very well defensively, especially in the first half. Other than that you know, right, the drive at the end of the half, you know, on the long pass play, but played very well. I thought Coach Narduzzi and his defensive staff did an outstanding job schematically. Prepared our players to perform. I thought offensively, Coach Treadwell did an outstanding job. We had a trick play to Brian Hoyer. Keyshawn Martin had some huge plays in the game as well. And, you know, you just got guys making plays. And the thing that we wanted to focus on was just, you know, come to play. You know, we had 365 days we had to think about this thing last year, and we came to play. And, you know, that's the bottom line. We weren't going to let anything adverse affect us. We were going to line up and play the next play, and I think that was the key to the game. We just kept responding to adverse situations. And there are certain opportunities you have to define your program, to define your season. And I think this was one of the times. Not only did we come down away from home to play in a tough environment, to play an arch-rival game, to a big rivalry game, but we came back onto the road and did this after a disappointing weekend last weekend. So I think that was huge for our players. And, you know, we got to change the culture, Jim. And, you know, so we were playing for respect.
Our Pontiac performance of the game is number 25, Blair White. What a day for this guy. A couple of long balls in there. The other receivers recovered. If this guy was open, you know he's got the speed. You know he can get down the field. Blair, what a great day.
Yeah, it was a big win for us. You know, we're excited to get a win against anyone, but especially Michigan, as you know. And I had the opportunity to make some plays today, and luckily I did that.
Be honest, were you a second, third option on those, or were you the first choice?
I think some of the plays I might be the third option, but Hoyer does a good job reading the defense and taking what they give us. So he found me a couple of times, and it was big.
The touchdown was big and very important. I'm sure very emotional for your first one, but the big play in the fourth quarter when you caught that ball over the middle was probably a more important play, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually thought I might have slipped the tackle on that one too, but he got me, and it's just good to get the first down and keep the game going.
How does it feel to beat Michigan?
It feels great. Being from Michigan, from Saginaw, I got a bunch of friends that root for Michigan and give me a bunch of crap. So it's just nice to get the win against them.
Up next on this week's edition, we know you haven't gotten enough from this game yet, so we'll show you all the player reaction both on the bench and in the locker room after the game. Stay where you are. You're watching the Spartan Sports Zone, fueled by Pontiac. Great things about our program is the ability to show you things that you don't see anyplace else, like stuff from inside the locker room and even on the bench during the game. Welcome back to the Spartan Sports Zone, fueled by Pontiac. Michigan State's 35-21 win over Michigan was celebrated by a lot of Spartan fans here at Michigan Stadium and, of course, all over the world. Here's more from inside everything that happened with the team, both on the bench and in the locker room. In this week's Jackson National Life, in the huddle.
Ready? Look around you and go to battle. Go to battle, guys. Go to battle. Every hit is this much harder than the 1-0. Every hit, Foreman. Every hit. Let's go. They don't respect you, guys. They don't respect you. Hey, every play we take it to the right, man. Let's go. Let's go. Push it on one. Right. Push it. Woo! Let's go, Michigan Week, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to go out and dominate this half. Dominate the whole half. From start to finish.
Got one.
You can smile a little, Coach. Come on, Coach. You can smile. You can smile. Yeah, let's go. Here we go.
Martin can close out this week's edition. The Big Ten title still isn't out of the question. We'll rejoin Jim Miller and Mark D'Antonio for one last look at Michigan and a look ahead to Wisconsin next. Stick around. You're watching the Spartan Sports Zone, fueled by Pontiac.